Hey everyone, and welcome to the Deep Dive.
Yeah.
Today we're going to be looking at something I know a lot of you have been requesting, and that is practical English for
Okay.
everyday conversation.
Yeah, I love this.
We found this really cool dialogue between two friends, Alex and Rachel, and they're talking about their morning routine.
Awesome.
And we want to help you guys understand not just the words, but how to use these phrases in your own conversations.
It's like a cheat sheet, right?
Exactly.
For English, especially if you're just starting out.
Yeah, if you're like a beginner, this is going to be awesome for you.
Awesome.
So to help us break all this down, I have an expert in English learning.
Hi.
Okay, so before we get into the nitty-gritty,
Okay.
why don't we hear this dialogue?
Yeah, let's hear it.
So Alex and Rachel, take it away.
All right.
Hi.
Alex, and I'm Ella.
Today we are talking about morning routines.
That's right. Let's get started.
Hey, Rachel. How do you manage to look so energetic every morning?
I've established a consistent morning routine.
What time do you usually wake up?
I set my alarm for 6:30. I never hit snooze.
Wow.
Then I meditate for 15 minutes to refresh my mind.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
What about breakfast?
I always prepare a nutritious breakfast.
Really?
Skipping.
Maybe you should try to follow your routine.
Okay, I love this.
Oh, good.
Even for beginners, I bet you caught most of that.
Yeah, for sure.
But there are some key words and phrases in there that are really going to boost your English speaking skills.
Absolutely.
So let's start with that first question that Alex asks.
Okay.
How do you manage to look so energetic?
Yeah, I love this.
I love that question.
You too.
It's like a compliment and a question all in one.
It is a compliment and a question.
Yeah.
And it's a fantastic way to start a conversation about someone's routine in the morning.
Yeah, and it's so much better than just saying how are you?
Oh, yeah. Way more interesting.
It's like you're really paying attention to this person.
You've noticed something about them.
So how could we adapt that question for other situations?
Okay, so let's say you see a coworker and they're looking really focused.
Yeah.
They're getting a lot done.
Okay.
You could say something like, wow, you seem so on top of things today. What's your secret?
Okay, so instead of energetic,
Yeah.
we can use a different adjective.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay,
Or let's say someone's just glowing. They just look really happy.
Okay.
You could say something like, you look so radiant. What's making you smile today?
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can use this in lots of different situations.
Not different situations.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Now let's look at Rachel's response.
Okay.
So she says, I've established a consistent morning routine.
Yeah.
Okay, that word consistent.
Consistent.
Is doing a lot of work there.
It's a really important word.
Yeah, what does it mean?
So if you do something consistently, you do it regularly. You do it kind of in the same way almost every time.
Okay, so it's the opposite of...
It's the opposite of random.
Yeah, random or chaotic.
Right.
Okay.
Or inconsistent.
Inconsistent.
Exactly.
Okay, so she's not just saying she has a routine.
Right.
She's saying it's like a habit.
That she sticks to it.
Yeah, she sticks to it.
Yeah, and it's something that you can use to talk about all different kinds of habits.
I was going to say, can we use this for other things?
Absolutely.
Right.
So you could say, I've established a consistent workout routine.
Consistent workout routine.
Or I've established a consistent study schedule.
Okay, so anytime we have a good habit that we are proud of,
yes,
we can use this phrase.
Exactly.
Okay, I love it.
Yeah.
Now, Rachel goes on to explain her routine, and she says, I set my alarm for 6:30. I never hit snooze.
I love that.
That's awesome.
She's disciplined.
Yeah.
I like it.
She's committed.
Yes.
But how can we adapt that to our own schedules?
Oh, easily.
Okay.
You just change the time.
Okay.
So you could say, I set my alarm for 7:00, or I set my alarm for 8:30, whatever time you wake up. And then that phrase, I never hit snooze.
Okay.
You could change that too.
Okay.
You could say, I try not to hit snooze.
Okay.
Or I only hit snooze once.
Yeah, be honest, but you're still working towards that goal.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then she says, Then I meditate for 15 minutes to refresh my mind.
Okay, so she's not just saying what she does.
Right.
She's also telling us why.
Exactly why she does it.
So what are some other examples? Like, how can we use that?
So you could say, I read for 20 minutes to relax before bed,
Okay.
or I walk for 30 minutes to clear my head.
So we're adding like a reason.
You're adding a reason.
Oh,
You're giving more context.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah.
I'm already thinking of how I can use this in my conversations.
I know, me too.
Okay, so before we move on,
Okay.
I just want to do like a little review.
Love it.
Okay.
Let's review.
So one of the phrases we learned was, how do you manage to look so energetic?
Right. Which is such a great conversation starter.
Yeah, I love that one.
Yeah. And then we talked about, I've established a consistent morning routine,
Right.
which we can use for any good habit.
Any good habit.
And then we had, I set my alarm for blank,
Yeah.
and I never hit snooze.
Uh-huh.
And then finally we learned how to add that why
Yeah.
to our activities with phrases like, I meditate for 15 minutes to refresh my mind.
Exactly. And these are just a few examples from this short dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much more that we can learn.
Yeah. And the more you practice, guys,
Uh-huh.
the more natural it's going to become.
For sure.
And you know what? If you like what you're hearing so far,
Yeah.
make sure to hit that like button.
Yes, please.
Subscribe to the channel,
Describe.
all that good stuff, because we have so much more content coming your way.
That's right.
All right, and let's get back to this dialogue.
All right, let's dive back in.
So Rachel says, then I meditate for 15 minutes to refresh my mind.
I love that.
This is so interesting to me.
Me too.
Like it's so cool that she does this. I know, it's like we're getting this little peek into her self-care routine.
Yeah, and like how she takes care of her mental well-being.
Right.
Yeah.
That phrase, refresh my mind, is so powerful.
It is.
It really is.
It's like hitting the reset button.
Yeah, like starting
Yeah.
the day fresh.
Yeah. So how could we use that verb meditate in other sentences?
Okay, well, you could say, I meditate every morning for 10 minutes.
Okay.
Or you could say, I'm trying to learn how to meditate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we can change the tense.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, this is so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so now Alex asks about breakfast.
Ah.
He says, what about breakfast?
Simple question,
Yeah, simple question.
but so natural.
Yeah, like it just flows so well.
Right, it's how we really talk.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now, Rachel's answer to this is so good.
Okay, tell me about it.
She says, I always prepare a nutritious breakfast.
Yeah.
No skipping.
Love it.
I love that she does that.
I love that she's so emphatic about it.
Yeah, she's not messing around.
Like, breakfast is serious business.
But what if you are someone who, like, skips breakfast sometimes?
Okay, so you could say, I'm not a big breakfast eater, but I always make sure to have at least a piece of fruit or a yogurt.
Ooh.
Or I try to grab a quick breakfast on the go, even if it's just a granola bar.
I like that one.
Yeah.
So we're not lying,
Right.
but we're also, you know,
Still getting something in.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now that word nutritious,
Oh, yeah.
that's such a good word.
I love that word.
It's like a step up from just saying healthy.
It's like healthy, but it makes you sound smarter.
Yeah, it sounds fancier.
Yes, exactly.
So what are some other examples of nutritious breakfast foods that we could use in our conversations?
Okay, so you could say something like, I love starting my day with a bowl of oatmeal and berries. It's so nutritious and keeps me feeling full until lunchtime.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah.
And nutritious.
And nutritious, exactly.
Yeah, what's another one?
You could also say, I usually have a smoothie with spinach, banana, and protein powder for a quick and nutritious breakfast.
Okay, so we're giving like very specific examples.
Specific examples, yeah.
Of what we eat.
Exactly.
I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I'm like already feeling so much more confident
I'm so
to
glad.
talk about my morning routine in English.
That's awesome.
Thanks to this.
You're doing great.
Thank you.
Keep practicing.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
So we've covered so much in this first part of our deep dive,
We have
but there's so much more
so much
to
more.
unpack.
We're just getting started.
Yeah, we're just getting started.
Yeah.
So be sure to come back for part 2.
Yes, come back.
where we're going to be diving even deeper into these morning routines.
Deeper.
All right, we'll see you guys soon.
See you, wait.
Bye.
Welcome back to our deep dive, everyone.
Yes. Welcome back.
We're talking about morning routines.
I'm loving this conversation so much.
Me too.
I feel like we're getting so much out of it.
Yeah, I think it's so cool that we can learn so much from just this one short dialogue.
Right.
It just proves that everyday English is like full of opportunities to learn.
Totally. Okay, so where did we leave off?
We left off with Rachel talking about her nutritious breakfast.
Oh, yeah. No skipping.
Yes, exactly.
She's serious about her breakfast.
Yeah, and then Alex says,
Yeah.
maybe I should try to follow your routine.
This line is so simple.
I know.
But it's so good. It's
Yeah.
such a good way to, like, express interest.
Yeah, and maybe a little bit of admiration, too.
Right. Like, I'm impressed by you.
Exactly.
So instead of just saying, like, that's cool,
Right.
he's, like, really showing that he's intrigued.
Yeah, he's like, I could learn something from you.
Totally.
Yeah.
So how can our listeners use this phrase in their own conversations?
Okay, so let's say your friend is telling you about their new workout routine
Okay.
and how much energy it gives them.
Mm-hmm.
You could say, wow, maybe I should give that a try.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
What's another one?
Or if a coworker is sharing their time management tips
Okay.
that help them stay organized, you could say, that sounds like a great system.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I should try incorporating that into my workday.
So it's like a really versatile phrase.
Super versatile.
We can use it in lots of different situations.
Yeah, and it shows that you're open to like new ideas
Yes.
and you're willing to learn from other people.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think now is a good time
Okay.
to kind of circle back to this idea of consistency.
Yes. Consistency is key.
Right, because Rachel really emphasized that when she was describing her routine.
Absolutely. And it's something that applies to like so much more than just our morning routine.
Right, it's not just about waking up and having breakfast.
Yeah, it's about like showing up for yourself.
Yeah.
Even when you don't feel like it.
It's like building those good habits
It is.
and sticking to them.
Exactly. So like whether you're learning English or you're developing a new skill or you're just trying to like live a healthier life, consistency is so important.
So important. I think that's like a really good takeaway for our listeners today.
Absolutely.
Find something you want to improve in your life
Uh-huh.
and commit to being consistent.
Yes, and even if it's just for like a few minutes each day,
Okay.
those small steps will add up
Right.
over time.
It's like a marathon, not a sprint.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've given you guys a lot to think about
A lot to think about.
in this episode, but we're not done yet.
No, we're not.
We have one more part
One more part.
to this deep dive, so
Yeah.
make sure you come back for part 3.
We'll see you soon.
Bye. All right, so welcome back to the deep dive for the final part of our conversation about morning routines.
I'm excited to wrap this up.
Yeah, I feel like we've gotten so much from this one dialogue.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I feel like we've been like peeling back an onion,
Ooh, I like that.
right? Like every layer we uncover something new.
And it's so cool because we're not just learning vocabulary.
It's like we're learning how to think in English
Yes.
and how to use the language to like really express ourselves.
I love that.
Yeah.
Like one thing that really stood out to me was how much we can say without actually saying it.
Right. Like we're not being direct, but
Yeah.
we're still communicating.
Yeah, like when Alex asks, how do you manage to look so energetic?
Uh-huh.
He's not just asking a question. He's also like complimenting Rachel.
It's a compliment hidden in a question.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then Rachel, when she responds, she's like, I've established a consistent morning routine.
Uh-huh.
It's like she's hinting at her discipline.
Totally. It's like she's saying, hey,
Yeah.
I'm a person who sets goals and I achieve them.
Yeah. It's like she's proud of her routine.
Yeah. And it's so cool how we can do that in English.
Right.
Like with just a few words, we can communicate so much.
I'm like totally rethinking how I talk to people in English now.
I know, me too.
Okay, so before we wrap up,
Okay.
I want to talk about consistency a little bit more.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about consistency.
Because it's like the key
Is the key to success.
to so many things in life,
Absolutely.
especially language learning.
Especially language learning.
But, like, it's hard.
It is hard to be consistent. Right.
So do you have any tips for our listeners
I do.
on how to, like, stick to their routines?
Absolutely. Okay, so my number one tip is to set realistic goals.
Okay. Realistic goals.
So don't try to do too much too soon.
Like, don't try to, like, study English for 5 hours a day.
Right, exactly. Start small
Okay.
and build up from there.
So what's, like, a realistic goal?
So maybe you set aside like 15 minutes each day
Okay, 15 minutes.
to read an English article or listen to an English podcast.
Something manageable.
Exactly. And then like write down your progress.
Oh, like track your progress.
Yeah, track your progress because then you can see how far you've come.
And celebrate those little wins along the way.
Yes, celebrate every little victory because it will keep you motivated.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so consistency, patience, celebration.
Yes.
That's what we're all about.
Those are the keys.
The keys to success. To success.
Okay, well, I think that brings us to the end of our
Oh.
deep dive today.
I had so much fun
Me too.
talking about this.
This was so good.
Yeah.
We learned so much.
And I hope our listeners learned a lot too.
Yeah, listeners, I hope you guys are feeling inspired
Mm-hmm.
to like improve your English and just to keep practicing
And to celebrate your successes.
exactly.
Yes.
Okay, so if you enjoyed this episode,
Yes.
please hit that like button.
Right.
Subscribe to our channel for more deep dives just like this.
And if you have any suggestions for future deep dives, leave us a comment below.
Yes, we love hearing from you guys.
We do.
All right, until next time.
Happy learning, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks for joining the conversation here at Kaz English. We hope you found it fun and informative. Don't forget to check out kazapp.uk. That's kazapp.uk for more tips, resources, and interactive practice. Keep exploring, keep chatting, and we'll catch up with you again soon.